Hello friends, welcome to the elite class. In our previous lecture, we discussed about the India's basin location. Hope that was clear to you all. Today we're going to take a new topic, that is India's physiography. Let's get started. In physiography of India, we have to study about the coastal plains of India, Great Himalayas, Great Plains of India, Great Indian Desert, that is the Thar Desert, Great Indian Plateau, and the islands. Let's have a look on the map to locate the different physiographic divisions of India. So, this one represents the Himalayan range of India. This 2 represents the Great Plains of India. This 3 area represents the Peninsular Plateau of India. This 4 represents the Great Indian Desert, that is the Thar Desert. This 5 on the eastern and the western side represents the coastal plains of India, and the 6 on both sides represents the islands of India. Now let's discuss them one by one. Firstly, we'll take the Great Indian Plateau. The plateau of India is called the Peninsular Plateau because our southern side of India is in the shape of a peninsula. Peninsula is having water on its 3 sides. This plateau of India is also made up of the Dharwar rock system. Dharwar rock system is the second strongest and the second oldest rock system of the world. Now you have to tell me which is the oldest rock system of the world. Now, it is said that the majority of the minerals are found in the plateau region of India. And the 3 parts of the plateau include the Deccan Plateau, the Central Highlands, and the Eastern Plateau. Starting with the Deccan Plateau. It is the largest plateau of the peninsular India. It is also of the volcanic origin. And the Deccan Plateau is famous for the cotton cultivation because of the black soil. Black soil is also known as the Ragur soil. Now the Deccan Plateau is bounded with the Western Ghats on the west side, Eastern Ghats on the eastern side, and the Vindhya Ranges on the northern side. Let's have a look on the map. This is our Deccan Plateau region. This whole system is our Deccan Plateau region, and this is the Vindhya Ranges surrounding this Deccan Plateau on the northern side, and the Western Ghats on the western side, and Eastern Ghats on the eastern side. As we know that the Western and the Eastern Ghats are of the great importance as far as the Indian physiography is concerned, let's study about them. Now the Western Ghats. Western Ghats are also known as the Sahyadris. These mountain ranges are rich in the biodiversity, and the Western Ghats are one among the biodiversity hotspots of India. Now, these mountains are said to be tilted towards the east, and this tilt is due to the Himalayan uplift. Now, these Western Ghats are spread across the 6 states of India, which include Gujarat, Maharashtra, the Goa, Karnataka, Kerala, and Tamil Nadu. Now, these mountain ranges are stretched from Tapi Valley to the Kanyakumari, and they make up the 3 territories of the Western Ghats, and they are classified as the Northwestern Ghats, the Middle Western Ghats, and the Southwestern Ghats. The Northwestern Ghats starts from Tapi Valley to Central Maharashtra. Middle one starts from Central Maharashtra to Nilgiri Hills, and Southwestern Ghats start from Nilgiri Hills to Kanyakumari. Nilgiri Hills lies at the confluence of Eastern and the Western Ghats. Let's have a look on the map. As you can see on the map, this is the Vindhya range and this is the Satpura range. In between the two flows Narmada, and below Satpura flows the Tapi river. So this is the Tapi Valley. From Tapi to the central Maharashtrian range, we have the northern Western Ghats. From central Maharashtra To the Nilgiris, we have the Middle Western Ghats, and from the Nilgiris to Kanyakumari, we have Southern Western Ghats. Let's start with Northwestern Ghats. The Western Ghats, they are very much rugged because they have very rocky and uneven surfaces, and the Northwestern Ghats are dissected by many rivers. The soil type we have over there is basaltic, and the average height of the mountain ranges in this particular region is around 1200 meters. The highest peak of the Northwestern Ghats is Kalsubhai, which is located in the Maharashtra. Other important peaks of this region include the Salher Peak, the Mahabaleshwar Peak, and the Harishchandragarh Peak. This region also has two important mountain passes, which are the Thalghat and Bhorghat. Bhorghat is the ghat having a tremendous deposition of the monazite sand. This is also called the beach sand, from which we extract the thorium. Moving forward, the Middle Western Ghats. The Middle Western Ghats are made up of the granite, or we can see the igneous rocks. An average height of this Ghat region is around 1400 meters. The highest peak of the Middle Western Ghats is Vevulmala, which lies on the border of the Karnataka and Maharashtra. For example, this is the border of Maharashtra and this is the Karnataka region. So you can find Vevulmala in this very region, which lies on the border of both Maharashtra and Karnataka. The other important peaks of the Middle Western Ghats are the Pashadgiri and the Kudremukh, and the highest waterfall of India, it lies in the Middle Western Ghats region, and that is on the river Shravati. And what is that waterfall called? The Gharsopa Fall, or locally we call it by the Jog Fall. The very specific character of the Middle Sahyadris are the presence of the Malnards and the Maidans. Malnards are actually the plains in the Highlands, which we know about, and the Maidan is simply a plateau surface. So these two characteristic features also belong to the Middle Western Ghats. Now, river Kaveri originates from the Middle Western Ghats, and it originates from a lake called Brahmagiri. Brahmagiri is a lake present at the tri-junction of Kerala, Tamil Nadu and the Karnataka. Coming to the Nilgiris. The Nilgiris is actually, as I already told you, it is present at the confluence of Eastern and the Western Ghats, and this region is also granitic in nature because it is made up of the igneous rocks. The highest peak of the Nilgiris is the Doda Beta, and Nilgiris is said to have India's largest biosphere reserve, that is the Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. Let's locate them on the map, as we have here that Kalsubai is for the Northwestern Ghats, the Doda Beta is of the Nilgiris, right? So we located the highest peak of the Nilgiris and highest peak of the Northwestern Ghats. But the Middle Western Ghats, Vevulmala, I told you because this is Maharashtra and Karnataka, and this is the borderline where you will be finding the highest peak of the Middle Western Ghats, that is Vevulmala. Fine. Moving forward, okay, let's take now the Southwestern Ghats. Now the Southwestern Ghats, there is a gap which is separating the Nilgiris from rest of the region of Western Ghats, and this gap is known as the Palghat Gap or the Palakkad Gap. These two are actually the name of same gap. Either you call it by name of the Palghat or by the Palakkad Gap, and most importantly, in most of the maps you will find the name Palakkad Gap. Now the highest peak of the Western Ghats, the total Western Ghats, you read about the highest peak of Northwestern Ghats, the Middle Western Ghats, and also of the Nilgiris, but you can say this is the highest peak of Southwestern Ghats and also of the total Western Ghats highest peak, and this is called the Anaimuri, and if you can, so you remember the height of this mountain range. It is around 2696 meters, and this mountain comes under a range known as Annamalai Hills, because the Southwestern Guards have three mountain ranges, and these are Annamalai Hills, the Palani Hills, and the Cardamom Hills. And if you have to say the Annamalai Hills, if you have to say the Annamudi is the highest peak of the Annamalai Hill range. And talking about the highest peak of the Cardamom Hills, it is Agastyamalai. Fine. Moving forward, now the Eastern Ghats. We know that Eastern Ghats run parallel to the east coast of India, and these mountain ranges are highly broken and they are detached from Mahanadi to Vaigai. Mahanadi is a river in Odisha, flowing in Odisha, and Vaigai in Tamil Nadu. So if we see in the area of Godavari river, and in between the area of Godavari river and the Krishna river, this mountain range disappears completely. So because of the discontinuity exhibited by these mountains, we refer calling them as the independent units of mountain. And these mountain ranges exhibited true mountain character only between the Mahanadi and Godavari. Now there are some important ranges in the Eastern Ghats, which include the Malia ranges and Madhugala Konda ranges. The highest peak of the Malia range is Mahendragiri, and the highest peak of the Madhugala Konda range is the Jindagada. Now the important factor to remember here is that as Annamudi of the Western Ghats, the Jindagada is the highest peak of the Eastern Ghats also. It is not just the highest peak of Madhugala Konda range, but it is also the highest peak of the Eastern Ghats. Fine. Now Eastern Ghats are known by the different names in the different states, So coming from north to south, we say Odisha. In Odisha it's called the Northern Sarkars. Fine. And coming down in the Andhra Pradesh, in the north of Andhra Pradesh they're called the Nallamalai. In the middle Andhra Pradesh they're called the Velikonda, and in the south of Andhra Pradesh they are known as Palkonda. And moving down, in Tamil Nadu they are known as Javadi and Shevaroy. Now the only river which originates from Eastern Ghats is the river Indravati. Indravati is the only river originating from Eastern Ghats. Now talking about the Vindhya ranges, these are actually the mountain ranges running from east to west. Narmada flows in between the Vindhya and the Satpura range, so we can say that Narmada flows to the south of Vindhya ranges. And the mountain range of Vindhya are actually the block mountains. And Vindhya ranges are considered to be the traditional boundary between the north and the south of India. Let's see it on the map, and we will understand it a bit clearly. As you can see over here, this is the Vindhya range, and this is the north of India, and this is the south of India. So somehow it makes a natural boundary between the north and the south of India, and that's why it is known as the traditional boundary of the India. Moving forward, the Deccan Plateau now has been characterized into the three major parts, and these are the Maharashtra, the Karnataka, the Telangana. Now Maharashtra is actually the north of Deccan Plateau. If we have to say which state is in the north of the Deccan Plateau, and that is Maharashtra, where you will find black soil, and which is called the regular soil, which is very much used for the cultivation of the cotton. Karnataka is also known as the Mysore Plateau. It's also known as the Mysore Plateau, and Karnataka is the source of two very, very important rivers. One is Tungabhadra and another is Kaveri. Coming to Telangana, jo hai, it is known for its drainage by the three different rivers like Penneru, Krishna and Godavari. Moving forward, coming to the Central Highlands. Now Central Highlands have various small plateaus. First, starting with the Marwar Plateau, it lies to the east of the Aravalli range in the Rajasthan. First we will locate it on the map. Fine. This is the Aravalli, and to the east of this lies the Marwar Plateau in the Rajasthan area. Fine. Now we have to study a bit more about the Marwar Plateau. Now we said that Marwar Plateau lies to the east of Aravalli range, and the mountains of the Aravalli range, they are the old fold mountains and also the relict mountains. Now what are the relict mountains? They are the residual mountains that have been left by the old fold mountains. Residues of the old fold mountains are also found in the Aravalli ranges in the Rajasthan area, and this area is very much rich in sandstones and limestones, and it is also an important source of the tributary of Chambal, and that is known as River Banas. River Banas is a very important tributary of Chambal which originates from the Marwar Plateau. Coming to the Malwa Plateau, it lies in between the Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. For instance, this is the boundary of Rajasthan. This is Rajasthan. This is Gujarat, and for instance, this is Madhya Pradesh. So here somewhere we can find the Malwa Plateau. Fine. So, and all we can say, it lies between the Aravalli and the Vindhya ranges, because we know in the Rajasthan area we have, in the west of Rajasthan we have Aravallis, and in between near Madhya Pradesh we have Vindhya ranges. So in between the two we have the Malwa Plateau. Fine. Coming to the Bundelkhand Plateau. Bundelkhand Plateau lies between the borders of UP and MP. You know, UP is in somewhere in the northeast, not in the northeast, you can say to the top north, and MP is in the south of UP. So in between the borders of the two you will have the Bundelkhand Plateau. Now the Bundelkhand Plateau is having the bad land topography. You will not find a land which is good for agriculture, because it is an uneven surface, a very sterile surface, and this bad land topography is called the ravines. So this is said that ravines are found in the Bundelkhand Plateau. Coming to Bundelkhand Plateau, it lies on the east of Mekal Ranges. First we need to locate where actually the Mekal Ranges are. So here this is Mekal Ranges, and you have already located it on the map, the about Mekal Ranges. So the Bundelkhand Plateau lies to the east of Mekal Ranges, and this is surrounded by the Son River on the north and by the highlands of the limestone and sandstone on the south. So this is Mekal Range, and to the east of it is the Bundelkhand Plateau, and to its north flows the Son, and to the south you will find sandstone and the limestone highlands. Coming to the Chhattisgarh Plateau, the Chhattisgarh Plateau lies between the Mekal Ranges and the northern Sarkars. You know, the northern Sarkars are the eastern Ghats, but in the state of Odisha, as we have already studied about it before. And the Chhattisgarh Plateau is known as the rice bowl of India, and that's why it is known as the rice bowl, because there the rice agriculture is quite immense in this particular area. Moving forward, the eastern plateaus. Now eastern plateaus, it is mostly a confusion to students always, that whether the Chhota Nagpur Plateau lies in the eastern plateaus or it lies in the central highlands. But eastern plateau includes Chhota Nagpur Plateau and Ranji Plateau as well. So starting with the Chhota Nagpur Plateau, this is also known as the Rooher Valley. Rooher Valley is actually the mineral heartland of India. Rooher is said to be the mineral heartland of India, and you have to remember it. Sometimes the question can be asked in this way, which is the mineral heartland of India? So you have to say that it is Chhota Nagpur Plateau. Now Chhota Nagpur Plateau have some elevated land areas and these are known as the Patlands. Now this is Chhota Nagpur Plateau. To the north of the Damodar river flowing through this plateau. Now this is the Damodar river, this is Chhota Nagpur Plateau, and this is the Damodar river flowing through this plateau. To the north of it lies another plateau called Hazaribagh Plateau, and to the north of it is this, and to the south of this Damodar is another plateau known as the Ranji Plateau, which we have to study after that. Now let's make it clear. For instance, this is a plateau called Chhota Nagpur Plateau, okay, and this is the Damodar river flowing through it. This is Damodar, fine. Now to the north of Damodar is another plateau called Hazaribagh Plateau, and to the south of Damodar is another plateau called the Ranji Plateau. Hope this is clear to you all. Now to the south of the Damodar lies the Ranji Plateau, and the northeast of Damodar lies the Rajmahal Hills. Now we will study it more better on the map. See, this is the Chhota Nagpur Plateau, and above it is Hazaribagh, and to the below it is Ranji. And to the east of it is the Rajmahal Hills, to the northeast of it, because if you have to see the Chhota Nagpur Plateau in the east, so it will be this, but it is Chhota Nagpur Plateau, and in the northeast of the Chhota Nagpur Plateau lies the Rajmahal Hills. Hope this is clear to you. Coming back to the topic, so this is about the Rajmahal Hills. Now what about the Meghalaya Plateau? Meghalaya Plateau comes under the Eastern Plateau, but in actual sense it lies in the northeast region, and it lies beyond Rajmahal Hills. You see that this is the map, and here is Rajmahal Hills, right? And this is the northeastern part, fine. In the northeastern part there lies the Meghalaya Plateau, so we can say that the Meghalaya Plateaus lie beyond the Rajmahal Hills, fine. Then this plateau is separated from the word, that is Meghalaya Plateau is separated from the rest of India. That this is Meghalaya Plateau, I'll make it clear. This is the Meghalaya Plateau in the northeastern region, and this is the rest of India, and there is a gap in between the two plateaus or the two areas. This is called the Rajmahal Garo gap. So you have to remember that this gap is called the Rajmahal Garo gap, fine. Now in Meghalaya we have Shillong, capital. So Shillong is called it is the highest point of the Meghalaya Plateau, as we all know, and this Shillong is the place also known as the Scotland of the East. This question has been asked in the JKPSC in the year 2020 in the prelims examination, that which place is called as the Scotland of the East. So this is the Shillong. Shillong is called the Scotland of the East. You have to remember this. So this way we completed the Plateau of India, and the next physiographic divisions of the India will be taking them in the next lectures. Otherwise this lecture would have been a bit longer. So this is all for today. Hope you liked the video, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.